Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. So, I'm a little bit late on this one, been a bit busy this week unfortunately. So I wanted to go through this. This is the Angulum Adventure Agreement preview, and it's the new server type. It's quite interesting. I have read through quickly previously, but I thought I'd go through, give you my thoughts and stuff about it. And yeah. So, historical background of the Angulum cluster. According to historical records, the Angulum cluster has been an important hub node in the Lagrange network from the times of the Sacrum Chu Imperium. It consists of 3 stars that form a special stable triangular structure. Since the establishment of the Sacrum Chu Imperium, this cluster has been jointly operated by the Trujillo clan and its 3 subordinate factions. Supported by the riches of the 3-star systems, many huge space cities were built here. In this cluster, an unimaginable, huge network connecting the 3-star systems was built, making it supposedly one of the most prosperous hub clusters in the times of Sacrum Chu Imperium. However, a serious warping reverberation that broke out in the later stages of the Galactic War devastated the entire cluster. To limit the expansion of the warping reverberation, all stargates in this cluster were forced to close. Since then, Angulum has lost all contact with the Lagrange network. Thereafter, the outside world never heard about the internal situation of this prosperous and ancient cluster. Pretty cool. Nice little sort of system shot there with some nice little nebula stuff going on. Environmental situation of the Angulum cluster. Recently, Noma Shipping Group has repaired the Stargate leading to the Angulum cluster and organised dozens of exploration teams to explore the depths of the triangle area of the Angulum. Due to the continuous influence of the warping reverberation after the disaster, the environmental situation of the Angulum cluster is now extremely complex. According to the preliminary report submitted by Noma Exploration Team, indicating the environmental conditions of the Angulum cluster now have the following characteristics. Ancient Sacrum Imperium relics. A great number of relics from the times of Sacrum Chu Imperium have been found in the Angulum cluster. These relics contain historical materials and precious strategic assets from the times of the Sacrum Chu Imperium. However, no signs of residents have been found there. These relics are like sleeping space tombs that are waiting to be excavated by the future generations and the release of the Necrons. If these relics can be explored in depth, it may be possible to learn more unknown secrets about the time of the Sacrum Chu Imperium and find out whether Angulum really was an important hub during those times. If it really was a hub star system, what happened after the disaster that wiped out almost everything in the cluster? It's got quite a cool looking one of those cities like Antontus, sort of in pieces and stuff here. Interestingly, this sounds very much like the data server, where instead of collecting data, although technically there is historical materials and stuff, so that is data. So it sounds like you might have some elements of the data in here, having to grab stuff from these cities. We then have high-speed stars. They move really, really fast, stars, don't they? In the triangle area, there are many small stars that are rotating irregularly at high speeds. These stars range from 2 kilometers to 7 kilometers in diameter, move very quickly, and have unpredictable trajectories. During the exploration, fleets will encounter and engage these high-speed stars. If the ships have powerful enough weapons, it is possible to destroy them before they hit the fleet. I'm not sure if they mean stars here, or if they mean asteroids. The picture depicts asteroids, with some starry stuff going on in the background. Do they mean that there's just going to be potentially stuff trying to blow you up because it's flying at your base? If so, that's awesome. And honestly, kind of scary. It depends how much damage, I guess, these things do as well. I guess a 7 kilometer in diameter giant asteroid flying at pretty much anything will pretty much kill most things. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on there. No doubt these are them going, it'll be 2 kilometers at the start and it will increase up to 7 kilometers later on into the server. So to give, you know, UFG 300s a chance at potentially killing an asteroid or whatever they are. I'm guessing they mean asteroids and not stars here. I just can't imagine it being stars for some reason. Floating space wreckages. The triangle area is filled with lots of floating wreckages, most of which are discarded parts of ships or buildings that were destroyed by the impact of high radiation jets. So high radiation jets we've seen before, they were in the data servers, the big red cones that jumped out. Useful resources can be obtained by collecting these wreckages. Since there are no utility ships to provide mining support during the exploration of the Angulum cluster, collecting wreck has become... What? No mining? You have to salvage. That's gonna be cool. I hope it is different to just mining and, you know, just sending ships. That's really quite interesting. Also, how's it gonna work? Does that mean they're gonna remove the prerequisites to, you know, like some of the upgrades for your base because you don't need them? No utility ships to provide. That's gonna be really interesting. Yeah, I like that idea. Chaotic space warping. There is a phenomenon of space warping confusion in the triangle area, as ships' warp drives cannot obtain stable parameters. Ships are unable to use the warp drive mode in the triangle area. Fleets need to learn to explore and operate in the new star system's environment without warp drive mode, which will be a completely different travel experience. I'm not sure what to think here. There's a couple of rumors that have gone around that this new Orc ship that you can see here, which is potentially temporary or something like that, specific for this, will increase the speed of your fleets. If that's the case, it might be okay. At the same time, losing your ability to warp is, you know, it's going to reduce your want to potentially use anything cruiser and upwards, and so it sits within the meta of frigate destroyer because that's the fastest fleet anyway. So you're potentially not going to see anything really happening here. Also, some certain things, you know, like tricks that you can do, warp drops and stuff like that are not going to be possible. It'd be interesting to see if you can reinforce even here. Because I'm not entirely certain if if reinforcement counts as being in warp or if it's like a different mechanic to get away with. So you may see like even a lack of super caps being used depending on the speeds and stuff going on. So definitely going to be interesting. The high radiation jet. The 3 stars in the Angulum cluster have all experienced space warping vibration due to the special stable triangle structure. All 3 stars erupt high radiation jets that blast towards the triangle area formed by the 3 stars. So it looks like they are showing off that you can get radiation jets going on, and if this area is just permanently radiated, it's going to mean we're cruiser only, which would be interesting, especially considering, you know, no warping. Okay, fine. See what's going on when it releases, I guess, for that one, because it's a bit difficult to really tell here. This looks like normal radiation in this picture. Like, you got the jets and you've got a radiation zone, and it's this triangle. Be interesting to see how far around these planets go. Like, can you go around the sides of these suns? Is this safe? Is all the materials just in the center? A lot of questions, unfortunately, that this doesn't answer. Noma Shipping Group's announcement of the Angulum Adventure agreement. Noma Shipping Group has spent a lot of money to repair the Stargate leading to the Angulum cluster to investigate the situation of the Angulum cluster, learn the history of this cluster, and find the hub resonance point information that might be useful. However, limited by the complex environment in the Triangle area, the exploration team has trouble completing exploration and collection work. Therefore, Noma Shipping Group enacted the Angulum Adventure agreement to recruit experienced explorers to enter the Angulum cluster in teams, explore Sacrum II Imperium relics, obtain precious strategic assets from the times of the Sacrum II Imperium, and find information about hub Lagrange nodes. So yeah, a little bit of fluff there. And yeah, this article introduced the complex and harsh environment of the Angulum cluster and why Noma Shipping Group enacted the Angulum Adventure agreement. In the next part, we will introduce a special way explorers can register for the Angulum Adventure agreement, as well as how to explore the Angulum cluster. Stay tuned. So yeah, some really interesting things going on here. No warp speeds, no mining, which is really cool. Potentially, like the idea of going around salvaging ships and stuff like that, actually, I quite like that idea. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. We've got asteroids floating about that are going to blow stuff up. And we have a similar effect to data collection going on with the Imperium relics. Hopefully they've sped this process off or allowed us to, you know, automate it to some degree. Because that was some issues I've had with data in the past. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting server type. I will hopefully be jumping into it as soon as my current server ends, touch wood, and checking it out. And obviously when something else comes out, which they're, you know, saying down here, I will give you guys a little video like this talking about it. So, other than that, have a good one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.